The funny thing is that with my family, like post-secondary was never an option. It was you must go. I had decided that I was going to be going to Simon Fraser University. I was so committed to going to SFU because there were so many things that I loved about it. It was that it was more personal. It was that it was more intimate. I loved the campus. I loved everything about my time there. I would get my degree first, and then I would go on to journalism school. That was the plan. But as we know, all plans don't go the way we anticipate. It was April of 1990. My mother died in a car accident, and she was a single mom, so it was just the two of us. And that was quite devastating for me, obviously, and it just kind of upended my whole life. So I left school. I made that hard decision to leave SFU, even though I really loved my time there. So I went on to the Langer journalism program, started work, got right into the industry, raised two children. But then my kids got to be that age. They were teenagers. We were starting to talk about what schools they were going to be going to post-high school, because also, as I was raised, I was telling them they had to go to post-secondary education. And it occurred to me that I had never finished.
When I was gearing up to start doing mine, she goes, okay, well, you can't get it before I do. So with two kids still in high school, my younger brother was 3 years younger, so he was only in about grade 9 or 10, working full-time, took on an undergrad.
And honestly, to tell you that it changed my life would be an understatement. I had never really seriously thought about coming back to finish what I had started. It just seemed like there was so much else going on, right? Two teenagers, running the household, working full-time here at CKNW. I was hosting a show from 10 to 2 every day. I mean, there was a lot on my plate. Going back to school at that age, like in my 40s, was a revelation. And I so deeply appreciated every class, what I was learning. I took so much of that and applied it to my job.
Simi and I met in 2011 when I was an intern at CKNW. I worked on the midday show, and I was actually there for her first show when it became the Simi Sara show. Simi and I, we had a wonderful working relationship, but we also became very, very good friends. Simi believed in me at the beginning of our working relationship. I was a young woman with, not a lot of experience as a lead producer. And she really championed me to the executives at CKNW and really helped me succeed.
I quite often felt that, especially in those tutorial classes, that the young women in those classes hardly ever said a word. That I found that quite often it was dominated by the younger men. And so I used to make it my mission to jump in and interject. But I thought, if I'm going to be here and do this, damn it, I'm going to use this power for something, right? How do we empower younger women to feel that same sense of confidence in speaking up in those situations? We change how they interact perhaps in their next job and the next job, rather than, like in my case, waiting till someone's in their 40s with a lifetime of experience before they feel like they can have those conversations and speak up like that.
A lot of the success that I feel that I've had in that in my career as a producer, I can attribute directly to Simi. She has inspired young women, and especially South Asian women, to enter the field of broadcast media. I think that is a legacy that will be long lasting.
I've learned so much from her, which you're going to learn from your mother, but just beyond that, she's been an outstanding role model. I think she is phenomenal at getting to the root of things, getting to the point of things. It's what makes her such an incredible journalist. I would describe her as the most supportive person.
We can never take learning for granted. I think one of the problems that we have today is there's a lot of people out there who they know what they know, and that's all they want to know. And going back to school, going back to SFU, taught me that you never should stop learning. People say it's a piece of paper, but it is so meaningful to me to know that I was able to do that, because it is hard work. I never stop learning. I think if that's one thing I could impart to people, the appreciation for learning, and to never be afraid to learn about something, even if you think you already know about it. There's always something more that you can learn, and I would hope that that's something people would take away.